If Pyros and Crips all got along, they probably got me down by the end of the song. Seem like the whole city go against me. Every time I'm in the street, I hear drop, 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 drop.
Okay. Here's the thing. It seems like pretty much consensus to everybody that the Panthers are going to draft a QB. And I'm not going to say they aren't going to do it, because I can't predict what other teams are going to do. You know, because I'm not the GM, so I can't predict what other things to do. But I'll tell you one thing. Like, they would be fucking retarded if they do that shit. Let me tell you why. Because let's take a look at the Panthers roster. They got like DJ Moore, who's a god. They got Robbie Anderson, who's been mid ever since he went to the Panthers. You know what I mean? And I don't know who their tight end is. Christian McCaffrey is always hurt. You know, and they got Chuba Hubbard, who's meh. So, and then two of their big cornerstones on defense, Hassan Reddick, just left, and Stephon Gilmore is more than likely going to leave as well. So, and their O-line is a complete dumpster fire. So, let me ask you this. Why draft a QB? Why do it? Because the only rational reason to draft QB is, oh yeah, your job is on the line. But that drafting a QB is not going to solve that shit. Remember Trevor? Like, you know how I know that drafting QB is not going to solve that shit? You want to know what happened to Trevor Lawrence? This motherfucker was the consensus number one pick. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be next to Andrew Luck. Was supposed to come in, win right away. Guess what the Jaguars did? Got another number one pick. Here's the thing. If you do not supply your quarterback with an O-line, it doesn't matter how great he's supposed to be. You know what I mean? He's just going to end up being Sam Darnold 2.0. You know what I mean? So, if the Panthers are smart, I quote, if they are smart, they go ahead and get Ickey Ekwonu. Because Ickey Ekwonu, you know, he's from South Carolina. They have a couple question marks at the guard positions. Actually, no, here's the thing. Because Brady Christensen, I think he could play tackle or guard. So it really depends on if they want Brady Christensen to slide to guard, or if they want Ickey Ekwonu to slide to guard. I think Ickey Ekwonu is more of a natural guard than Brady Christensen, though. Because Brady Christensen, I think, has been pretty solid at left tackle. And yeah, I mean, their guard positions is their weakest link, like, by far. You know, they don't have a center. I think they signed like Bradley Bozeman or something. And their right guard is like Austin Corbett, who's on the Rams O-line. But if we're being honest, the Rams O-line honestly wasn't that impressive. Like, just because they won the Super Bowl doesn't mean it was that. Like, they didn't have a Bengals level O-line, you know what I mean, where it was just horrific. But their O-line was not that impressive all season. You know, so I don't know what Austin Corbett is going to do. And then they drafted another guard. But here's the thing. They have maybe their two tackles are solid. They got Taylor Moton, they got Brady Christensen. The two tackles are solid. In my opinion, I feel like if you have three good linemen, if you have three good offensive linemen, you could be a passable offensive line. Like, two is not enough. Two is not enough because somewhere along the line, like, something's gonna be missing if you only have two. But I think three will be more than enough to be a passable offensive line. So they gotta do it, man. Like, they can't. Because here's the thing. Let's say they get Kenny Pickett. He goes into this dumpster fire of an offensive line. You know what I mean? and their offensive scheme has been trash for the last 2 years. You know what I mean? And DJ Moore has just been rotting. So it's going to be like Sam Darnold all over again. You know, they're going to have all these expectations. You know what I mean? They're in a division with, like, Tom Brady. You know what I mean? The Buccaneers defense. The Saints defense is always hellacious. The Falcons don't have a defense. But, you know, you're going to go up against two really good defenses in your division. And then with that trash-ass offensive line, you really expect any QB to succeed? See, the Panthers drafting a quarterback this year is the equivalent of the Giants drafting Saquon Barkley in 2018. It don't mean, like, Saquon Barkley, yes, he was the best running back prospect in, like, all time at that time, but it don't mean shit if you don't have an offensive line. You know what I mean? Because he had, like, I think one good year, and what the hell has happened to Saquon Barkley ever since? Like, he's been a fucking trash can ever since that shit. So I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, the Panthers, if they want to succeed long term. Actually, no, not even long term, short term. Because if they throw Kenny Pickett or if they throw Malik Willis into the fire like that, like they're gonna get fucking clapped. And Malik Willis, by the way, is not even gonna be ready to start day one anyways. So you're really gonna ruin your potential if you select Malik Willis, because you're gonna have to, like, Trey Lance Malik Willis for the most part. You know, you're not gonna be able to start him right away. You know what I mean? You're probably gonna have to have him sit for a year. So that would be a waste of a pick, because if it comes to Kenny Pickett, I feel like Kenny Pickett needs all the right pieces around him to succeed. And then when it comes to Malik Willis, you know, he's probably not going to be ready to start from day one anyways. You know what I mean? So you're probably going to have to Trey Lance his ass. So that would be a waste of a pick. Like if Matt Rule is trying to quote-unquote save his job. So the best thing that the Panthers can do is draft Ickey Ekwonu or Charles Cross, whichever one's available, since I think the Giants are going to have the 5th pick. I heard the Giants are open to trading the 5th pick, but as of right now, they have the 5th pick. So they hold all the cards here. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the whole situation. I think, like, it would just be stupid. It would be irresponsible for them to draft QB. You know what I mean? It would basically, like I said, it'd basically be like Giants drafting Saquon Barkley in 2018. You know what I mean? What's the point of drafting? The two positions that rely on the O-line the most are the running back and the quarterback. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you're gonna ruin both positions if you don't have that shit. So just cool it down with the Kenny Pickett rumors. Cool it down with the Malik Willis rumors or the Matt Corral rumors or any of that shit. It's not finna happen. If the Panthers are smart, it's not gonna happen. Like I said, the best thing to do, draft Ickey Ekwonu, maybe trade for a guy like Gardner Minshew to give Sam Darnold some competition. Like, if you want to just bring another QB in the room, just fucking trade for, like, Gardner Minshew or some shit. You know what I mean? Because Gardner Minshew, he showed a lot of promise. You know what I mean? He showed a lot of promise in Jacksonville until they threw him out the back door for no reason. So, yeah. And, like, next year, they're going to have a way better QB class. Then once you actually have an offensive line to protect your QB, maybe you could go out there and get a guy like Bryce Young. Maybe you could go out there and get a guy like Spencer Rattler. Maybe you go out there and get a guy like CJ Stroud. You know what I mean? That is how you build the team, short-term and long-term. Because if you draft a QB, y'all are guaranteed to win. If the Panthers draft a QB, I guarantee you 1,000% they're going to be under 500. They're going to be under 500, and Matt Rule will get fired 100%. If they don't draft a QB, then he has a better chance to come back. Because if they draft a QB, then it's going to be saying, oh yeah, he has his footprints all over it. It's his QB. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't succeed, then he's definitely gonna be fired, because that was his choice, that's his QB, and but if they don't draft a QB, he could buy himself one more year. Then he could go into the season with Bryce Young. He could go into the season, try to tank this season. They could say, oh yeah, we were injured all over. He could say all this different shit, right? Because I feel like a lot of these coaches don't necessarily need to win. They don't need to win to keep their job. They just need to be competitive in most of their games. Like, for example, the Lions. The Lions did not fire Dan Campbell. You know why they didn't fire Dan Campbell? Because, they weren't good. They didn't win that much, but they were competitive in every game. I feel like for the Panthers, you get an offensive line, you try to stay competitive every game. You're going to be in a very, very tough division. You're probably not going to win that many games. Your top two defensive guys just left in free agency. So yeah, like I said, y'all want to win? Y'all want to win, because at least if you draft Ickey Ekwonu, you might be able to sneak into the wild card. You know what I mean? Between Sam Darnold and him, you might be able to sneak into the wild card. If you go the other way around, you're by far gonna be fucked. You know what I mean? So yeah, made this video a little bit too long, but like I said, not draft a QB. If you want long-term success, do not draft a QB. Go ahead, get that man Ickey Ekwonu. You know what I mean? Just stay competitive every game, since you're probably not gonna win too many games, and just go from there. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.